Hey there everyone. So today we're going to take a quick look at staging. I say a quick look because with GridPane, as with everything, it's generally very quick, easy, and can be achieved with just a few clicks of a button. Here I have my site, Serious WordPress Pro. I have an SSL on it, and if you've ever talked to me in support, then you know I'm a fan of fast CGI caching, so I'm using fast CGI. I'm using the DNSME integration. So before we use staging, you've got to make sure that your DNS is resolved, but we can see it's automatically being added to me by GridPane. So my DNS is resolving and my www is done, but it's only really this one that we need for staging. I can tell by the green icon that my DNS is resolving. If we go over to our staging and click on the customizer first, we can see that it's matching my other environment. It's important to have things like Redis caching available for our staging sites, but when we're working on them, then we probably should have it turned off and just use it for the testing part. So I'm going to turn caching off. Likewise, I want to have things mirroring my image, but it's also a live site. I have SSL on my main site, so I'm going to turn SSL on here. The other important feature that's most useful in staging is the HTTP authentication, so we can show the sites to our clients or keep them online. Our clients can always see what work we're doing, but the rest of the internet can't. I'm going to turn that on. Okay, with that done, we're just about ready. Go back to my live site. Let's have a look at it. Yes, cats, kung fu cats, crazy animals and dogs, because that's what the internet was made for, as we all know. I want to go to my staging site. Let's have a look at that. It should just be a fresh WordPress install. There it is. So what we need to do is we need to push our live site to our staging site, first step. And we do that with this button. We can select databases that you want to push, but for this demonstration, I'm just going to push everything. So push live to staging. Depending upon the size of your site, would depend how long this is going to take. This is quite a small site, so it doesn't really take long. We back up the destination site, then we copy everything over, then we update the URLs. We have our green area, we have our green notification, and the staging site is now an exact copy of our live site, and it's ready for us to work on, update our themes, or do our custom plugin work. And now we have our live site pushed into our staging environment. We might want to think about our local workflow. The whole point of a modern development workflow is to work locally, really, so that you can take the benefits of efficiency, and then test everything in staging before you go to live. To do that, we're probably going to use a tool like Duplicator, or you could use something like All-in-One Migration or Updraft. There are other options. You own your server, so you could initiate a Git repo in it. And in the future, we're going to be integrating these tools directly into the workflow. But at the moment, the easiest way to get your site from staging to your local environment is to use one of these plugins. You might be asking why you don't just do this from the live site, and that's a fair question. And you could, and if you want to, you should. But in my opinion, you should keep your live site as light as possible. There's absolutely no need to add one of these plugins to the live site. And often when people do use these plugins on the live site, they leave remnants behind, they clog up their site, it gets a bit heavier, and there are also potential security risks if you leave the installer files behind, etc. You won't have any of those problems if you use the plugins on the staging environment and you use HTTP authentication. But it's your choice. Okay, in the first half of this video, we took a live site, crazy cats and wacky animals, and we pushed it to a blank WordPress install in the staging site and replaced it so that we can work on it in a staging environment. This is the site. Crazy animals and all of that. Yes. After doing some work, we've added a few things. So I've put a header bar in and a menu, and I've made the posts all in cards, etc. These are quite common adjustments, theme developments that your clients might like. The other thing is, as I mentioned, I'm using fast CGI caching in my live environment. So we should probably also make sure that we test the same environment. So I'll turn fast CGI caching on in the staging environment. And then we should probably click around, check everything, make sure it all works as it should work. Once you're happy with that, it really is as simple as just pushing. So we go back to the active staging sites and we then just go staging to live. It's the same process. It backs everything up, copies everything over, replaces the URLs, and then cleans up after itself. Depending upon the size of your site, it should be quite quick. With the new backup system, it makes full incremental backups, and it happens in really just a few seconds. But staging will be relying on you using the local backup system. It is an opinionated system that GridPane uses, but as you see, it's fast, it works, and it's done. So now our live site has a migration of the staging site we developed. Fast, quick, simple. That's the GridPane way. We're going to be building these tools out more, proper developer tools, integrating Git and other such things. As we've mentioned, GridPane is an opinionated system. We try to make sure that it has the best workflows. We value your input, so it would be great if you could reach out to us in Intercom and let us know how you'd like us to improve this workflow. Excellent. Have a good day. Bye-bye.